The internet, a revolutionary invention that transformed our world in ways we could never have imagined. A vast and growing network connecting billions of people across the globe, facilitating the exchange of information at unprecedented speeds. It promised knowledge, connection, and progress. It opened doors to new opportunities, allowing us to learn, communicate, and innovate like never before. But in the shadows, a darkness lurked. Hidden behind the screens and encrypted codes, there were those who sought to exploit this new frontier for their own nefarious purposes. Online child pornography, a horrific crime, found a breeding ground. The anonymity of the internet provided a veil for predators to hide behind, making it easier for them to share and distribute their vile content. Before 2001, it was the perfect storm. The internet was new, and the world was still grappling with its potential and its pitfalls. Law enforcement struggled to keep up. The rapid pace of technological advancement left them constantly playing catch-up. Predators felt anonymous, untouchable, emboldened by the belief that they could operate without consequence. They traded images of abuse on hidden websites, using sophisticated methods to evade detection. These dark corners of the internet became their playground, a place where they could indulge their sick desires without fear of retribution. They thought they were safe. They were wrong. Law enforcement agencies around the world began to recognize the severity of the problem and the need for a coordinated response. The fight for justice seemed impossible. The internet crossed borders, creating a complex web of jurisdictional challenges that made traditional investigations difficult. It made traditional investigations difficult. The global nature of the internet meant that predators could operate from anywhere, making it hard to track them down and bring them to justice. But hope was not lost. Dedicated law enforcement officers refused to yield. They knew that they had to adapt and evolve to meet this new threat head-on. They worked tirelessly, often putting in long hours and sacrificing their personal lives to protect the innocent and bring the guilty to justice. They knew they had to adapt. They invested in training and technology, building specialized units to tackle cybercrime and developing new strategies to outsmart the predators. They had to fight fire with fire. Using the same technology that the predators relied on, they began to infiltrate their networks, gather evidence, and build cases that would stand up in court. They had to take the fight to the digital doorstep of these predators. Through relentless effort and unwavering determination, they began to turn the tide, proving that even in the darkest corners of the internet, justice could prevail. The year was 2001. The FBI launched Operation Avalanche. It was an ambitious operation. Its target, an online child pornography ring. This was not just any ring, it was sophisticated, it was organized, it spanned the globe. This operation would change everything. Operation Avalanche was a beacon of hope. It showed the world that law enforcement was serious. The days of anonymity for online predators were over. The message was clear. You will be found. You will be stopped. You will be brought to justice. Operation Avalanche required a special breed of investigator. They needed expertise in technology. They needed to understand the dark corners of the internet. They needed to be relentless. The FBI called upon its best. Computer crime experts, forensic analysts, undercover agents, all dedicated to one goal: dismantling the child pornography ring.
These were not just agents. They were parents, aunts, uncles. They had families of their own. They knew the innocence of children. They understood the devastating impact of these crimes. This personal connection fueled their determination. Failure was not an option.
The online child pornography ring was well hidden. They used encryption, they used secret passwords, they used hidden websites. These criminals operated in the shadows, believing their digital fortress was impenetrable. They communicated in coded language, and their activities were masked by layers of anonymity. But no matter how sophisticated their methods, they couldn't escape the reach of justice. They thought they were invisible. They underestimated the FBI. The agency's cybercrime division had been monitoring their activities for months, meticulously piecing together the puzzle. The agents were relentless, using advanced technology and old-fashioned detective work to track down the perpetrators.
Undercover agents infiltrated the ring. They posed as buyers, sellers, and even fellow predators. It was a dangerous game of cat and mouse, where one wrong move could blow their cover and jeopardize the entire operation. They gained the trust of its members. They gathered evidence. They built their case. It was dangerous work. Every interaction was a step closer to dismantling the ring. The agents meticulously documented every transaction, every conversation, and every piece of digital evidence. They knew that their work was crucial in bringing these criminals to justice. The agents had to blend in. They had to adopt the personas of the very people they were trying to catch. It was a psychological battle as much as a physical one. They had to be convincing, to think and act like predators, all while maintaining their true purpose. They had to act like predators. They had to immerse themselves in a world of darkness and depravity. It was a harrowing experience, but they knew it was necessary to bring these criminals to justice. They had to see the horrors that these children endured. It took a toll, but they persevered. The emotional and psychological strain was immense, but the agents were driven by a sense of duty and justice. They knew that their work was making a difference, that they were saving lives. They knew that every piece of evidence brought them closer to justice. Each clue, no matter how small, was a step towards dismantling the ring and bringing its members to justice. The agents worked tirelessly, often around the clock, to ensure that no stone was left unturned. They were the light in the darkness. Their dedication and perseverance were unwavering. They knew that their work was vital, that they were the last line of defense for the innocent victims. And in the end, their efforts paid off. The ring was dismantled, and justice was served.
Section 5, the digital dragnet.
The investigation spanned continents. The FBI worked with international partners. They shared information, coordinated efforts, and cast a wide net. No one was beyond their reach.
They tracked financial transactions, traced IP addresses, and analyzed chat logs and emails. Every click, every download, every message was a breadcrumb.
The evidence was overwhelming. The ring was vast. It had hundreds of members. They were teachers, doctors, lawyers. They were hiding in plain sight.
But the digital dragnet was closing in. Their days of exploiting children were numbered. Section 6, 0 hour, Operation Avalanche deployed.
After months of meticulous planning, the day of the takedown arrived. It was a coordinated strike. Search warrants were executed simultaneously. Teams of agents raided homes and businesses. They seized computers and made arrests.
The element of surprise was crucial. The perpetrators had no time to react, no time to destroy evidence, and no time to escape. The message was clear. The internet is not a safe haven for criminals. Section 7, Justice served, arrests and prosecutions.
Operation Avalanche was a success. Hundreds of arrests were made worldwide. Prosecutors built strong cases using the evidence gathered by the FBI. They secured convictions. Predators who thought they were above the law were held accountable.
The sentences were harsh. They reflected the severity of the crimes. These were not victimless crimes. Every image, every video represented a child who had been abused.
Justice was served, but the fight was far from over.
Section 8. The Avalanche's impact, a new era of online safety. Operation Avalanche was a watershed moment. It showed the world that online child exploitation would not be tolerated. It sent a clear message to predators: you are not anonymous.
It also highlighted the importance of international cooperation. Criminals may not respect borders, but law enforcement does.
The operation led to new laws. It led to increased funding for law enforcement. It led to greater awareness of the issue. It was a victory for children everywhere. Section 9, a legacy of vigilance, lessons learned and applied. Operation Avalanche taught law enforcement valuable lessons. It showed the importance of technology. It showed the need for undercover operations. It showed the power of international cooperation. These lessons continue to guide law enforcement today.
The fight against online child exploitation is constantly evolving. Predators are always looking for new ways to operate. But law enforcement is one step ahead. They are using the latest technology. They are working together across borders. They are committed to protecting our children.
Section 10. The fight continues, protecting our children in a digital age. The internet is a powerful tool. It can be used for good or evil. It is our responsibility to make sure it is used for good.
We must be vigilant. We must educate our children about online safety. We must report any suspicious activity to the authorities.
We cannot let our guard down. The threat is real, but together we can make a difference. We can create a safer world for our children. Section 11. Never give up, a call to action. This is a crucial moment in our fight against online child exploitation. We must come together, stronger and more determined than ever. Operation Avalanche was a victory. It showed us what we can achieve when we work together. But it was just one battle in a much larger war. But the fight is far from over. Every day, new threats emerge, and our children remain at risk. We must stay vigilant and proactive. Every day, children are being exploited online. They are vulnerable and need our protection. We must be their shield against these predators. We cannot turn a blind eye. Ignoring the problem only allows it to grow. We must face it head-on, with courage and determination. We must all be part of the solution. It takes a community to protect our children. Everyone has a role to play, from parents to teachers to law enforcement.
Educate yourself, talk to your children, support law enforcement. Knowledge is power, and by staying informed, we can better protect our children. Donate to organizations fighting child exploitation. Your contributions can make a significant difference in providing resources and support for those on the front lines.
Together, we can make a difference. Unity is our strength. By working together, we can create a safer environment for our children. Together, we can protect our children. We can ensure they grow up in a world where they feel safe and secure. Together, we can create a world where every child is safe. A world where they can play, learn, and grow without fear.
Never give up hope. Never stop fighting. Our perseverance is key to making lasting change. Our children are counting on us. They look to us for protection and guidance. Let's not let them down. Let's be the heroes they need.